All right, good morning. I'm going to share with you guys my sleep tracking app that I use connected to the 8 Sleep device that Amy and I have. I have multiple places to get analytics for sleep. I have a Garmin watch, which I think does a better job than an Apple Watch, in my opinion. You can argue with me if you want, but Garmin is really focused on fitness, health, and well-being. But even better than the Garmin watch sleep analytics that you get, the 8 Sleep device, for those of you that really want the absolute best sleep and have the best tracking for sleep, I highly, 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 highly recommend it. There's a lot of studies about 8 Sleep and how positively it can impact the quality of your sleep and the quality of your rest. It's just ingenious. I mean, just look into it. Just see what it does. I don't even want to tell you what it does. But you buy this device, it allows you and your partner to both have kind of separate sleep tracking, but it's not about the tracking. It's about what it does to guide you through your sleep cycles to, probably assist you fall asleep if you have a problem falling asleep. I mean, I never have a problem falling asleep, but it'll help you fall asleep, I think, because it warms up the bed for you. It's completely customized. It has an autopilot that kind of studies you for a little bit, and then it kind of makes some decisions on what it thinks it should do. But it does guide you through the sleep in that it changes the temperature of the bed throughout the night as you're moving through sleep cycles. Now, I obsess with personal development, human performance, things that allow me to perform at my best, to be more efficient, and really to affect how you feel, the state that you're in, right? State management to me, I think, is the number one aspect of, if there was one success principle, I said, hey, look, you can only take one success principle. I mean, it'd be tough. There's a lot of success principles that I really believe in, but state management, I think, is one of the most important ones. I mean, it's the one that allows you to decide how you feel. So, if you only had one thing you could do, one superpower, so to speak, it'd be like, hey, I want to decide how I feel at any time. So I probably would have to take that. But anyhow, I don't want to get started on that tangent because there's a lot of success principles that are very important. But again, state management, is more effective when you're rested, right? So going back to sleep, if you don't sleep well, you're tired, right? If you don't sleep well, you're not going to be able to focus as well. If you don't sleep well, you might be moody, right? If you don't sleep well, you're not going to get the same quality of energy. If you don't sleep well, your body's going to get run down. It's going to be more likely that you get sick. You don't sleep well, you're not going to have energy for your kids. Sleeping, and I'm not a scientist by any means whatsoever, but I know it's a very important life function. And literally, like, if you don't sleep, I think you can die. For me, I can probably sleep a little less than the average person. I train myself for that. I would say when I sleep under 5 hours, so if I sleep 5.5 hours, that's maybe about the least that I'd like to sleep. But if I sleep 5 hours or less, or 4 hours, and that does happen sometimes, it's interesting because on that day, there's a number of things that I have scheduled that I have to just take off my schedule because I just won't do well at. So I know what I can do and not do when I don't sleep very well. If I don't sleep very well, it's a little bit fun because you kind of feel, I don't want to say drunk, but it is fun to not sleep a little bit and feel a little bit crazy. But it's pretty rare for me. Again, I can't work, and I focus on being able to work. So it affects my ability to work, and it affects a lot of things. So for me, I'd say over 5.5 hours is fine. I try to go for like 6.5, even 7 hours, 7.5 when I'm trying to catch up. So let me show you the 8 Sleep tracker. I'm going to show you my live sleep data from last night. So here is the report from this 8 Sleep app. Now you see on Thursday, that's last night's sleep. The couple days before are a little bit messed up because my wife, 8 Sleep has two different, kind of has a spot for me, a spot for my wife, and I've been traveling, and she moves to my side of the night when I'm not here. So I need to put an alarm on or try to heat it up somehow to prevent her from doing that because she messes up my sleep analytics. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at this, you'd be like, dude, what kind of sleep did you have on Wednesday night? And you didn't even sleep Tuesday night. Well, I wasn't even here. That was my wife, like, moving her body over to my side of the bed for part of the night or half the night. All right, so just please ignore Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday and what you're looking at right now because, like, I wasn't even here. All right, now you look at Thursday. So this is my my sleep score. I have a sleep score of 89. Now you can drill into anything. So I can click on that and I can see a history. Again, ignore the prior days because I wasn't here. But that said, it measures your quality, your routine, how much time you slept. This is a spot here where you can put in factors. So I happen to have had caffeine yesterday, but things that affect your sleep, I guess positive or negative. I mean, I guess these things probably are negative. Caffeine negative, alcohol negative, eating late negative, being sick negative. You can have other things. There's other things you can track. So I track some of these factors because I just obsess over sleep. Again, I think it's the number one thing to affect your performance. You can have all the knowledge, you can have all the skills, you can know everything about psychology, you can have all the opportunities. You don't have the energy, you're not rested. What are you going to do? So sleep, and it affects how you feel. All right, so I had caffeine yesterday. It's pretty rare for me. I don't normally have any stimulants. I mean, when I say normally, I don't every day have any stimulants, but probably every 2 weeks or so, I'll have caffeine. And it's fun. And by the way, if you don't have caffeine every day and you have it every 2 weeks, it'll really give you a nice bump. You'll feel great. Sleep supplements. I probably have to record another whole kind of bit of content on the sleep supplements that I take, natural supplements that I take. I mean from sleepy time tea to just a couple different things. And then I have a prescription sleep supplement that when I mark that, and I don't use that every day, but I'll use that sometimes if I want to. Kind of knocks me out. So I do have something like that I can take if I want, but I never have an issue falling asleep. It's just staying asleep. But sometimes if I know that I 100% want to be sure that I'm staying asleep, I'll take something that will knock me out. But the natural sleep supplements work really well for me. So sleep quality, you look at the stages, you look at the REM sleep. REM sleep is really, really important. One thing that I will tell you about REM sleep is that if you're a fan of cannabis, some people take cannabis to sleep, and I have tried that at times to see how that affects my sleep. Cannabis gummy, cannabis it kind of eliminates your REM sleep, and so that is a downside because now it's a positive side because people take cannabis for PTSD. They have nightmares. And so if you take cannabis, you're going to dream less. You're going to have less nightmares. So that's good if you have nightmares that are really bothering you. But, for me, my dreaming is an important part of my sleep. I actually work while I'm sleeping in my dreams. That's a whole other topic of discussion. But not having REM sleep for me is not a good thing. So cannabis is not a good thing for me to take because of its negative impact on my sleep. And I think there's other things you can take that can have the sleep effects that you're looking for from cannabis, but not have the downside aspects of cannabis. Now, I think if you don't take an edible, like I don't really smoke cannabis if I use it, but I have done it. But smoking I think comes into your system pretty quickly, so you probably should still have a good quality sleep because it's out of your system for most of your sleep. But the cannabis gummy could be in your system for a while. Either way, again, in my opinion, I think you're going to sleep better without that. Health metrics, you can click into them. So we have a resting heart rate. It's also going to show you HRV is really, really important. HRV, when I start to see my HRV number go down, then that's telling me that's an early indication that I'm run down. I need to focus on immunity and preventing myself from getting sick. So I look at HRV. That's definitely something to look at. The breath rate, don't really look at it. Snoring, your sleep routine, average bedtime, average wake time, sleep latency, how long it took to fall asleep. I mean, this is under 30 minutes. And by the way, it's less than that even. Time to get up, 5 minutes. Amy's not someone that snoozes, okay? Alarm goes up, we get up. That's it. There's literally no benefit of as soon as you gain consciousness, get up, start your day. I'm excited to start a day. I can't wait to start my day. I can't wait to, come out here and spend time with my daughter in the morning. I can't wait to go to my office. I'm excited about my day. Time slept, obviously a good one. So that's a little bit of the 8 Sleep portal. Let me show you the 8 Sleep website. All right, so here's the 8 Sleep website. Let's see. What's your biggest sleep challenge? Don't feel rested upon waking, a hard time falling asleep or staying asleep. I mean, for me, it was a hard time staying asleep was the challenge. But anyhow, I don't have that issue anymore, and this is looks like it's trying to get me to fill out a form. I'm already a customer. But all right, so look, it's not cheap. Okay, you can see that 44. That's the Ultra. I don't have that. I think it does something else. I think it can go up and down or something. I'm not sure what it can do. But the Pod 4, I think, is the one that I have. That's $2,500. It is 100% worth it. Okay, it is 100. If you have the money to pay for this, you need it. It fits over any bed. You get the app, right? Now I think you got to pay extra monthly for the app. Again, it's worth it. What else can I show you? It's really just watch videos about this. You know, this is a amazing sleep innovation, and it has absolutely worked for me and my wife. So there you have it. That's some of my sleep hacking techniques. Track your analytics. You know, the KPI around sleep is one of the personal KPIs you definitely want to be looking at. You know, if you can't measure something, you can't improve it. So measure the quality of your sleep and how much you sleep, and keep track of the factors that affect your sleep. And then, you know, I think this is individualized, meaning that, like, for some people, certain supplements work. For some people, certain supplements don't work. Some people take, say, melatonin. One thing I will say about melatonin is that most manufacturers of melatonin, there's not a consistency in the amount of melatonin that's in there, so it's just messed up. Don't buy cheap melatonin. I recommend a company called Thorne if you buy supplements, because they really are very good about making sure that the right amount of what they say is in there is in there. For me personally, melatonin has the opposite effect. If I have melatonin, I have a shit's fucking sleep. So I definitely, melatonin is not something I take. And it's in some sleep supplements. Sleepy Time Tea, it's a nice thing. I mean, really simple and easy. Sleepy Time Tea. Take some Sleepy Time Tea. You know, I have a couple other supplements that I take. I'll share with you. I have a prescription medication that I can take if I want to. But when I take it, I feel groggy in the morning, which, you know, I don't like that. And I don't really need that. You know, the biggest thing that you need to do is you need to work hard, and you need to literally exhaust your mind and your body. And if anyone has had a chance to work with me, I'm exhausting to them. Like, I don't think people could even handle being around me for literally like 24 hours of a day. So, you know, if I'm exhausting people around me, you can imagine I'm exhausting myself mentally, physically, in every possible way. I'm moving 1,000 miles an hour. I'm pushing hard. I'm pedal to the metal. I'm already starting to rev myself up early in the morning. I don't even have freaking caffeine or supplements. I literally just have like natural cocaine flowing through my body. But I get very focused on, you know, on state management, as I said before, and controlling how you feel, and deciding and being intentional about how you want to feel. So if I want to feel chill and I want to sit and watch a movie, or, you know, binge watch Sopranos episodes, I'm going to want to feel a certain way. If I want to get out there and exercise, I'm going to want to feel a certain way. If I want to spend time with my family, I'm going to want to feel a certain way. If I want to spend time being grateful, which, by the way, is a very, very important thing for all of you to do every single day, is spend some time in gratitude, I'm going to want to feel a certain way. If I want to, be working, I'm going to feel a certain way. But even within the things that you do for work, if I want to do accounting work, or I want to talk to investors, or I want to make sales calls, kind of want to feel differently. So there's certain states that are optimal for the things you want to do. And if you understand neuro-linguistic programming, you can put yourself in whatever state you want. Anyhow, there's so much more that I can share with you guys. But again, I just want to talk a little bit about sleep, because I do feel like you should focus on improving sleep, measure your sleep, figure out what supplements work for you, do your own research. And if you're able to, like, the 8 sleep device is the shit. I literally am considering buying a second one to take with me when I travel. Now, that's going to be a real hassle. This is not something that's easy to travel with. I think I need a whole big suitcase for it. Like, I'm not really sure how I would do that. I don't think I can do that until I have an entourage that comes with me, private security. I'll be like, guys, listen, I'm hiring you for private security. But also, one other thing, you got to set up this fucking 8 sleep for me every night when we travel. Like, that's going to be such a hassle. Like, I don't even like making a bed. Forget about taking apart an entire bed and putting on an 8 sleep in a hotel room for one night. But, you know, who knows? I may pay someone to do that one day. But there you have it. All right, guys, have a great day.